Dolls. Welcome to the official debut of For the Dolls podcast with your host, JonDaDoll. I just want to say this is a safe space for myself, for my viewers, for my future guests. We accept all and love all here in case you couldn't tell. But let me just start off by saying that this podcast, this whole, was really not something I per se seen myself doing. But ever since I was younger, I always seen myself like in a reality star, or I don't want to say reality star because it sounds ghetto, but I want to say like a reality star, something in the public eye. Sorry guys, we're gonna get into why I have a sore throat. The odds have been stacked against me for my debut, and I did not let anything stop me. I just kept fighting back. So yeah, but let me start off by saying that. So yeah, I've always seen myself as like a TV type of influencer or like a social media influencer, somebody that's like involved somehow with the public, if that makes sense. Like I've always seen, like when I used to watch shows growing up, I'm like, that could be me. Like that's me. So yeah. But also, I just want to say that how excited I am to announce this, to debut this to you guys, to the viewers, to my friends, my family. I kept this secret. I kept this project a secret of mine. Actually, for not that long in a sense, but long enough because I didn't have this planned out as long as you guys might think. I actually planned this out right after my birthday. So I turned 22 in March. Pisces gang, Pisces sign, hello. Put some respect on the Pisces because I'm tired of the Pisces slander. But yeah, I didn't per se have a plan. I've always wanted to do a podcast for the past few years. I've had that idea. I've talked to a few of my past friends about it, some who I no longer speak to, some I still do. Some I had the idea of doing it with before, but then I just actually thought to myself, like, why am I waiting for anybody else to want to do it when I want to do it? So I should do it myself. Like, I know who I am, I know what my brand would be. And yeah, that's really more so what it's about, I would say. So yeah, but as I was saying, I kept this project a secret up until I literally announced it in May. I didn't let any of my family know. I maybe let a select full of friends know. I could probably count on one, maybe two hands how many people knew before I announced it. I just kept this project a secret because I didn't want any ill intentions towards it. I didn't want any negative vibes, anybody to wish on its downfall. Because this is literally like my first project that I can say I've ever put anything into. Like I used to dance, that was something I used to do, but I wouldn't say it was my project. Or like, when you do stuff in other ventures, I feel like when you do something alone is really when it's your project. So me doing this podcast and funding it and doing everything for it and getting the background and looking for videographers, well not videographers, graphic designers and editors and logo designers, all kinds of things. Ordering the set stuff, putting up the set because hello, it didn't build itself. So yeah, I kept it a secret because it was just my baby, and after all, it's my first baby. Yes, I mean my baby. So yeah, this is the debut episode, guys. Welcome. So yeah, this first episode is titled "Who Is JonDaDoll?" and we're just gonna get all into me and who I am and all about me. But before I do that, let me get into some things that tried to play with me. Some of the things that were trying to push me back and set my downfall. So, first, I ordered my sign. Well, there's a missing sign here. Let me just say that. It's supposed to say For the Dolls Podcast. And I ordered that, I want to say the last week of April, maybe the first week of June. And it was supposed to come, and then my sign got canceled a week ago. No, it wasn't. It was supposed to come like the second week of May. I mean, not June. And it got delayed. First it got delayed, then they just canceled it. And I'm like, oh, awesome. So now no sign is going to get here in time. So that's why it's a little bland in the middle, missing the sign. That'll be here for the second episode for sure. Also, Amazon decided to play with me because this is not my original couch. My original couch was still a pink couch, but it was like a satin finish. That got delayed, and then it just never showed up. And I got refunded. So then I had to order this couch, which also got delayed by a week. So it just pushed back my filming date more and more as the time progressed, but I just wasn't trying to let anything stop it. I had already decided on when I wanted to film. So, or when I wanted to debut, I knew I wanted to debut the 31st. I wanted to end the month with my debut. I want my next episode to come out during Pride Month, which it will be, because Pride Month is coming up, guys. Pride Month is June. Don't forget it. Give all your LGBTQ family a kiss, a hug. Tell them you love them, you appreciate them. Thank you. So, yeah. And then also, besides Amazon playing with me for those things, I was originally supposed to film yesterday, Tuesday. I'm recording this the week of. So this is now Wednesday, the 29th, I believe. Is it the 29th? It is the 29th. I was supposed to be filming this yesterday, the 28th. But I woke up with such a bad sore throat, I literally wanted to call out of work. I decided not to call out of work because if you know, Monday was Memorial Day. So, you can't call off of work the day before or the day after a holiday because then you won't get paid. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go into work, even though I literally felt sick. As the day progressed, I literally felt worse and worse and worse. And people even tell me, like, oh, you look like shit. I feel like shit telling me. I literally was at work with shakes. Like, I was literally shaking from how cold it was. I had 2 sweaters on, still shaking. So I just was like, okay, I'm just going to go home. So I went home and I just rested. I literally slept all day from like 3 to 11 o'clock at night. So hence why we are filming today. But nonetheless, we are here and I am ready to give you guys something to talk about. The tea will be coming. I am the tea, baby. I bring the tea. So yeah, that's why Amazon was playing with me. But I'm not gonna lie, I am still in shock that I'm doing this. I didn't, in a sense, like I knew I wanted to do it. I just am still in a shock that, like, okay, like it's actually real. You know what I mean? Like the set is here, the lights are on, the camera's on, and the video's debuting this week. Like there's no time to play anymore. Like it's real, it's really happening. It's not just a thought that I'm having anymore or something that I've been secretly working on in the background because it's already been announced. The debut's expected. So it's time to, put the work in. But yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. This is a little nervous. This whole project is a little nervous for me. I'm a little nervous about it. I want to say, correct myself in the wording. I'm nervous in a sense because this is me putting myself out there to be raw and vulnerable, and put myself on a very public platform. Even though I honestly feel like every day I honestly put myself out there raw and vulnerably because I am a gay, feminine man in America, and not everybody is so fond of that. Not that I care, not that I ask, but to each their own. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everybody has to understand and love us, even though I don't feel like anybody needs to understand. It's not none of anybody else's concern, quite frankly. I'm not worried about who the next person is sleeping with, so why is anybody worried about who I'm sleeping with? Know what I mean? Yeah, let me look at my tablet to see some more notes that I did. So yeah, I wrote, whereas in a strong sense, I truly don't care about someone's opinion, but at times it's my anxiety as a gay feminine man. There's so many people out there who seem to find the need to judge when I don't need anyone to understand me. Just let me live my life. I don't go around judging others and who they love, so I judge me. Who I love and the life I live is only between myself and the Lord above at the end of the day. It's His judgment who will actually matter. So yeah, that's my thought process on that and why I'm a little nervous about it. I'm putting myself out there because I feel like this is a good space. This will be a good space for people to listen to tune into, that can relate to. I personally, when I was growing up, didn't really have many gay people to look up to in a sense, or like, to show me that like it could be okay, that it would be okay. Like I did have family members, but I'm also very different from any of my family members on both sides of the family in the sense of there are gay people in my family, but I'm the only feminine one. I'm the only one that tests the boundary when it comes to fashion, and I do dress more so in women's clothing. And yeah, that's just me. Like, I don't really know what to say. Like, I just like it. Like, I just look good. You don't disagree, do you? So yeah, let me see what more we can get into. So some more things I wanted to highlight is high school. Going through high school and school in general, honestly. I went to elementary school at John H. Webster, literally around the corner from me when I was growing up. I went to Catholic school for literally a week once I graduated Webster for sixth grade, as I was waiting to get accepted into Community Academy of Philadelphia, also known as the prison school. Even though I'm not gonna lie, it was still a good school. Like there were very many things that could have contributed to it not being a good experience, but it was still a good overall experience. And it was still we was still in the ghetto. Like it was still ghetto. Like don't get it wrong, it was a very you couldn't really like get into too much trouble in a sense. Like even though people were still fighting and everything, but because like there was security and stuff, they would bring it up, whatever, blah blah blah. But I really would still say like I enjoyed my school experience through all my life. Like my elementary school, I enjoyed. Were there things I would have changed if I could have? Yes, but going through those things is what makes us who we are today. Sorry, the sore throat. So yeah, um, as I was saying, if we don't go through our past experiences, we won't be the person that we are today. You know what I mean? Or that we'll be tomorrow if we don't go through what we went through today. So yeah, I in a sense just respect everything that has already happened in my life. There is no point of holding on to anything or wishing that anything was different or that it changed, honestly, because we can't change what's already been done. That's not our place. We aren't God. We can't change anything. Like we just have to take what's happening and try to take the lesson from it versus focus on so much of the negativities of it all. So that's that. But high school was fun. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely played around in high school. I wasn't as academic. I wasn't as into my academics as I should have. And I say that in the sense of like, I was still passing my classes. I was still doing good in class, but like, I could have done better. I could have did better overall in high school. And that was just me, like, honestly not caring. Like, I'm gonna just be honest. Um, and I want to say not caring because I just was like, like, ain't nobody worried about it right now. Like, they're worried about my high school, like my senior year, my junior year. And that was just that. But I also didn't see myself going to college. So my senior and junior year, I wasn't also as stressed because I didn't see myself going to college because I didn't know anything I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I wasn't set on anything. I didn't want to jump into something and regret it later on in my life. I didn't want to go to school and regret my debt. If I didn't know what I wanted to do, I just felt like that was dumb. That would be pointless. Granted, to have a degree is better than to have no degree in certain circumstances. I'll say it like that because I know people, we've seen many people who are successful without any business degree whatsoever, or without any degree, sorry, not specifically a business degree, without any degree whatsoever, and they are famous. They have money. Even besides famous, they're successful, is more so the word I want to say, because it's not all about the fame. To me, it's more so about success. I want to be successful in my life. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to, like, I want to have investments. I want to have buildings in the sense of property. I want to have a lot of things in life. So yeah, just anyway, yeah. Back to high school in the sense of I got robbed my senior year. I was a 2020 graduate. The pandemic started and we were in school, and they started with a week off. Now it's 2 weeks off, and then we just never went back. And honestly, that was like sickening. It was quite frankly one of the most sickening experiences in the sense, and not even sickening in a good way. Like it wasn't sickening, like, oh my gosh, seriously, my mom. No, it was none of that. It was sickening and like, it was kind of like, ew, are you serious? And then it was just like more so the world we were living in. Like it wasn't specifically our school or anything like that. It was just the world we were living in, and the pandemic was starting. Um, we were robbed. We were robbed. I was robbed. Forget we. I'm talking about me. I was robbed, babe. Had no prom. I had no graduation, which is ghetto because I also had already, what's it called? I already bought my prom outfit. My prom outfit was literally sitting in the closet. It was sitting in the closet waiting for me. So that's ghetto for sure. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that we didn't get a graduation. Our graduation was a drive-through graduation. And the fact that it was a drive-through graduation is just ghetto. Like we drove through, we literally grabbed our diploma in a bag and our cap and gown in a bag, and we didn't walk across the stage. We had did all those years of school for nothing. We didn't get to walk up. I mean, not for nothing because we got the high school degree, but when you go to school, you want to walk across that stage. You want your family to watch you walk across that stage. Your mom is dreaming of the day, waiting for you to walk across that stage just the day she has you. You know what I mean? So yeah, we were definitely robbed of prom and graduation, but in a sense though, we were like 2020 was after the pandemic and everything started opening, even though we were still in the pandemic, but once things started to open up, like that summer was a blast. I'm not gonna lie. So I can't complain too much about my high school year. I did have a good graduation party. I did have a graduation photo shoot that I loved. My cousins did my photo shoot. I'm actually gonna see if I can put a picture or two for my graduation photo shoot. And my cousins ate that. I went out to Allentown to visit my cousins, and we shot it in a few different spots, and they ate. So yeah, let's just say that. We're gonna take a quick break, so we'll be back right after this break. Guys, we're back. We are back. Make sure you got your snacks, your little drink, whatever. Stay tuned with me, mama. We're here. We are here. So yeah, I just want to get a little more into me, a little more in depth about certain things about me. I'm 22. I'm a Pisces, like I said. Grown up in Philadelphia my whole life. Been in Philly. Puerto Rican. Raised by a single mom who is my superhero, literally the star of the show. She is and will always be my rock. She's my best friend. She's my queen. I love her. When you see this, I love you, mom. You're literally my everything that I can ever dream of. And more at that. Like, you literally outshone yourself every time, honestly. And I love that. And I love you. So, yeah. Let me get a little more into some things. Let me think. What else can I get into? Dating as a gay man. Mama, let me get the fan off for this because the shade. The shade. Dating as a gay man is literally horrible. Horrible. And it's more so because of the culture that we're in. It has become so common to be in a hookup culture. And that's just not for me. Like, I've done it. It's just not for me. Like, it's not as satisfying. Like, okay, yeah, now what? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna be with somebody and hook up with somebody, I want it to be with somebody that's my man, like somebody that's mine, somebody who we're building something together with, where, you know, we're there for each other, stuff like that. But everybody is so obsessed on this hookup culture and let's just hook up and let me sleep with this person and this person and this person and this person and this person. And I get it, go off. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, it's not. I've had my ordeals. I've had my scenarios. I've dealt with DL guys. I've dealt with gay guys. Surprisingly, though, more of the guys that do be DL, but I guess it's just, when you that. I said it like that, so I don't gotta bleep it out. When you that, yeah, I guess that just must be what it be. But yeah, dating as a gay man is actually not it. Like, I've only had one person I can say try to take me seriously, and that's just me being honest. But it's more so because it's only one person I allowed to also take seriously. Like, everybody else, I already knew what they wanted. Like, they were all really just wanted to, they just wanted to hook up, and that just wasn't what I was doing. Like, I'm not coming over to your house to chill. Like, no, we're not chilling at your crib for the first time. We're not about to just chill in the car or something. Like, that's just giving me like friends trying to hook up. We're not doing that. Like, you're gonna take me on a date. We're gonna, get to know each other on the phone before we even go on a date. Like, you need to actually like show me that you want me, invest in me, invest time in me. I don't even mean financially. Like, invest your time in me and show me that, like, you know, you want me. Like, don't just make me feel like, oh, I'm just anybody else that you're just hooking up with or that you want to hook up with, because very few people can even say that they have hooked up with me. I'm really not that person. I don't be hooking up. So it's a very, very small little number over here. But that's besides the point. That's neither here nor there. That was my personal choice, and I don't regret it at all. Um, so yeah, that's more so that part. I have been through, I wouldn't say too many bad things. I've been through some bad things. Some things have stuck with me more than others, like grief, maybe. Actually, next month, my aunt will make a decade since she has passed away. And I was in Puerto Rico when I found out. I literally will never forget that day. I remember that day like it was yesterday. And it's random that it came up right now as one of the things for me to talk about, but it's funny because I just looked around and something just like her name just came into my head. I was actually in Puerto Rico when I found out. I'm 22 now, so I was 12 then. Crazy to think that it's been a whole decade since she's graced this earth with her exit. Since she was called home. I was in Puerto Rico. I remember I was sleeping in my cousin's bed. Um, in the apartment downstairs. My mom was sleeping in the apartment upstairs, and my aunt, and I just remember waking up that morning and I just didn't want to get up for some reason. Like I just did not want to get up. And then literally when I actually decided to get up and go upstairs, that was literally as soon as the news broke. And it was just like I was so in shock for so long. Um, I was in denial. I also hadn't seen her for quite some time, so it was also like kind of weird. Like to think that like okay, she's really not here, but like I also hadn't seen her in quite some time because she had then moved to Florida. So it's like it gave me some in a sense, since there was that space, it gave me more of that sense to be in denial. But she was my girl. That is my girl. She still is my girl. I talk to her all the time. I go visit her gravesite. I fix her little stuff up. I pray to her. Not really pray to her. I speak to her. I pray to God. But I speak to her sometimes, like when I need something, like when I need advice from her. Because sometimes I want my aunt's advice. Like I'll be like, Titi, give me a sign. Blah blah blah. So yeah. Rest in peace, Titi Maritza. I love you. It'll be 10 years on the 24th. This will be coming out on the 31st of May, so it'll be 10 years on the 24th of June, which is just crazy. My sister's favorite color was pink. Hot pink, though. She was a hot pink girly pop. So, yeah, that is another part, and we will be back after this break. Let me go touch up again. So, guys, we're going to get into the last little segment. We're back. This is going to be the last little segment of the show. I have my bestie here behind the scenes, my MUA. So, yeah, you see the face at the Kita Gray makeup. Look it up. Yeah. So, anyway, she's going to ask me a question because in every episode, I'm going to have question jars for my guests to pick from and like answer different questions, truth or dares, would you rathers, different scenarios. So, yeah, I had her look at my question list, which I don't remember all of them because I Googled most of them. So, yeah, we shall see what she's about to say because she didn't tell me it before we were filming this. So, yeah, the question.
Do you prefer to be called cute, pretty, beautiful, or sexy?
I can only pick one. Or like, is it just what my preference would be?
You could do your top three. One being your favorite.
What were the four again?
Cute, beautiful, pretty, sexy.
I mean, my top one is obviously going to be sexy. Like, if you call me sexy, like, get it sexy. Get it sexy. So that would be my number one. Then I feel like pretty and beautiful for me would be equal. Like, I feel like they are equally. Cute would not be like my favorite. Cute gives me child.
Yes.
Like, you're like, oh, she's cute. That's a little girl. So yeah, I wouldn't really per se say cute. I would prefer sexy, pretty, beautiful, tea, cunt, gorgeous, stunning. You know, all of the above.
Love that for you.
So yeah. So guys, we're gonna do another little question and then I'm gonna close this video out. So let me just get my little notes ready. But my bestie over there, who you can't see, is going to give you the question. Well, give me the question.
All right. What was the most significant time on stage that you've had?
I honestly already know this, actually. I don't know why it took me so long to think about it. And I know this because it's the only time I can say it's happened that it was memorable. So I used to dance. And we had went to Connecticut one year for a dance congress. If you don't know what a dance congress is, it's basically, think of like a cheer competition, but it's dance. And it wasn't exactly a competition unless you were competing, because you can also just perform without competing. So we were going out there to perform, and it was actually my re-debut because I had took a break. I came back, we did a small project, and then I came back and we I re-debuted in Connecticut. Like that was my first actual stage, my first performance back after I want to say maybe a year, maybe a few months, due to the pandemic. And we literally had a standing ovation like at the end of it. And the key part to this is that the first two rows were like all high artists, like artists that are literally getting paid to come to the event and teach that weekend. Champions that go to world championships in other countries, go to Miami to compete at the World Salsa Summit. Like these are like the creme of the dance world, and they stood up for little old me. Granted, it wasn't just me, but like you get my point. So that would definitely be my most significant moment on stage and the most like fulfilling I could say, because literally world champions were standing up and clapping for us. Like that just made me like we've really ate that. And there was this little part where we gave it to the girls with a little Vogue, where we had touched Vogue for the first time, and baby, they were living. So it was definitely my most significant moment on stage. I just wanted to thank you all for joining me for today's episode, the debut episode, as we work things through and we're getting to it. I do have an episode coming out at least once a month. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a few little surprise drops. My next drop is going to be during Pride Month with a very special guest who I kind of want to give it to you, but I'm not. Just know it's one of the girls. She's a performer and she's cunt. She's fish. So yeah, there's going to be a different theme each episode. There's going to be different things we talk about each episode, as there be different guests. I want my topics to tie into my guests and like things that we can relate on and things viewers can relate to and things that, you know, all around will help everybody. So yeah, stay tuned. Tap in because you never know what you're going to get or who you're going to get with JonDaDoll.